What's going on? It's UPNO Live. I am Ryan James. This is D Smitty. What's going on, brother? How you doing, man?
I'm doing
Good, good, dope, man. Like this is kind of, first of all, this is long overdue because I've been trying to get you in here for a while, and I know you contacted with me, and we just go back and forth with schedules. Both of us being in food is, we know that life is crazy, but you know, I feel far as on the entrepreneurial end, it's very like, and we was just talking about this, talk about flowers. You know, I feel myself, this man right here, when it comes to food trucks, when it comes to black entrepreneurs, and just in our generation, I feel this man just paved the way, and he kind of brought it back. He made it okay for us to say it's something more that we can do other than what everybody thinks we do, you know, and which is by having this food truck, taking his creations and just putting them out there for the world to see. And I feel it's a very dope thing. I just want to say that off top, but man, thank you for coming on today. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. First off, let's get into it, man. Where you from?
I'm born and raised here.
What side?
I feel like a little bit of everywhere. A little
you
bit
know,
of everywhere.
And
around a lot.
Yeah, exactly.
So.
Yeah, exactly. That's dope, man. Mansfield Senior, right?
Absolutely. Last class of the old building.
Oh,
Ford.
Fee Henry. Yeah.
Yeah.
Respect that. That's real. That's real school right there. Real school. So let's talk about. I just want to get right into you, food and cooking. What made you start? What gave you your knack for cooking, man?
I can never answer this question. But I don't know. I mean, I grew up around a lot of good food, a lot of, you know, good sit down meals, barbecues, all that. So kind of inspired me to bring that back. I feel like it lost its way over times. As we know, here in town, we don't have a lot of staples. We had what was it? Johnny's Ribs.
Yeah, Johnny's Rib.
And
then we had
Papa Johnny's.
Yeah, Papa Johnny's. And then of course Leoti's down.
Yeah.
He had the ribs going. Melton's.
Yeah.
Remember? Okay, Ashland Road. Remember Slab Daddies?
I don't, but I remember doubles on Ashland Road.
So Slab Daddies, this dude came, he still, I don't know where he's at, but he came and brought something different. His barbecue was good. He was from Kentucky area, you know, white guy from the Kentucky area, but he the first one, he came down here with the macaroni bites. And that's when it was like, that's when, I don't know, more like it started getting a little bit innovative with food.
Oh, right.
You know what I mean? And so I started seeing that from a lot. But you talk about, you know, a lot of these places didn't have a lot of innovation when it came to food and like the taste and what people wanted. We talk about what people, when it comes to food, what people miss. And a lot of people, and I was talking to Tim Fagan, I did Brothers Barbecue about a couple months back, and he was saying just that soul. It's so many places that lack good soul food, you know, and just you can go and get, and like big cities have all that.
Oh, right.
But what do you try to provide? Like, matter of fact, I ain't gonna get too far off subject. When you started cooking, when did you know that you had something for yourself?
When I was getting 3 a.m. messages about some buffalo fries.
Hey, but you set the city on fire with buffalo fries. On fire, man. So you say, tell me about your method. You was telling me about something about the fact that you rarely taste the food you make, but like the outcome is always so good. Talk to me about that. What?
I mean, that's mainly with the pork. 15 years, no pork.
Yeah. Okay.
But I mean, I kind of got an eye for it, a sense of smell. I know when my seasonings are right, when it's evenly on the meat or whatnot. And it always comes out pretty good. I mean, that's at least what everyone says, and they want more and more from the pulled pork to the to the ribs, and that's a new thing. My
Yeah.
ribs.
Okay, ribs.
So yeah.
Now, so what would you say? Who are some people that you kind of may take over that you watch growing up?
My oldest son's grandmother, one of the best cooks. Man, still.
Okay.
Miss Haney, Gladys Haney.
Yes,
Oh
yes,
my Lord,
yes.
yeah, her food.
Yeah.
My mother, my grandmother,
Uh-huh.
and Miss Lils. She
Lil.
definitely set the
Yeah,
tone for
yeah,
us.
exactly.
Every time I see her, I give her flowers.
For sure, for sure.
And
Shout out
Mr.
to Miss
Elders,
Lil.
Jeff
Yes,
Elders,
yes,
yes.
yes. You know, it's always the people that came before us that we kind of mimic and we take a little bit what they gave us.
Right.
Like one thing my mom says all the time, I love to cook, and she says when she tastes stuff, and she said, "Who showed you how to cook this? Where did this?"
Right.
And I say I don't. It's a lot of experimenting and tasting. And when you're around people that have cooked bad food, I mean, I've had. You know, you could be around people, you could be in relationships with people who don't know how to cook.
Right.
You could be like, whatever, it's like you end up being that, and I'm real creative. I love chopping and putting different flavors together. And then after being in restaurants for so many years, you kind of get the knack.
And
You start
create
experimenting.
dishes.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you got to create. So, so what did, we're going from food, let's talk about like the restaurants. What has your restaurant experience been like? I know right now, food truck is your domain.
Right, right.
So tell me, like, what has your, far as let's start from beginning as a teenager. What is your restaurant experience like? Have you worked fast food restaurants?
I mean, as a teenager in high school, I worked at McDonald's.
Okay.
And then KFC. But I mean, at that time, it was a job. It was never more than that. Like
You wasn't thinking about where you at now with
Yeah.
that. You was just like, it's a job, I got to make the money.
Yeah.
Okay.
I mean, my day ones remember me from, I started off making desserts, cake pops.
Oh, I remember that.
Yeah.
I remember that.
That was about 10 plus years ago. So, I mean, I started off with that, not even, once again, thinking about the food aspect or the food truck.
I remember the cake pops.
Yeah.
You had, but you know what?
Now we got some amazing Shayla Bowman.
Oh, yeah, I had
Amber,
Shayla,
Amber, you got a few other, I think her name is Gloria.
Uh-huh.
Trying to give out y'all flowers.
Yeah.
Y'all doing some amazing work
Shout out
out
to
there.
Sugar by Shay, all them. Like, she's doing very well. Like, she had, like I said, I had her on the show a while back, and the funniest thing is, I work with her at the hospital. I didn't even know it.
Oh, wow. That's a big place.
Yeah. I know, right? And so, but shout out to, everybody from the entrepreneur end. So going into now, we talk about restaurants and stuff like that. What would you say, because I recently heard you step back into restaurants.
I did.
So where are you at now?
I mean, never on this scale. I'm a manager. Applebee's in Ontario. Make sure y'all come out there.
Yeah, come on out there.
So, I mean, it's different. I mean, I haven't worked for nobody in 5 years. It's just been solely just Smitty's. And so I'm out there learning new, dealing with people differently, getting educated, and experimenting with new food. So.
And that's another thing.
Yeah.
So I know about that because I had a couple months experience with Applebee's. Tell me about like learning their stuff, right? Is that giving you more motivation for like some new ideas? Kind of seeing some of their recipes and items and prepping and being around all these different foods things.
I mean, I'm definitely got something brewing up, but I'm just waiting on the right time to put it out there. I mean, you got to always make sure your next move is your best move, and it's always been a food truck. So what I've been putting together has been about a year in the making. It's starting to look promising. So
Nice.
Yeah.
Nice. And and the thing about, I would say, having that experience and jumping into the management game for yourself, because you've been doing food trucks, like, so a lot of what you've been doing is off of your basic jumping into an experience.
Yeah, I mean, I definitely jumped in it blindly.
Yeah.
But I mean, I take mistakes and I take, you know, my good days, my bad days. I learn from every time I step
Yeah.
onto that truck. And
Got
I
it.
mean, I got a lot of mentors from other food trucks, Fry Guys.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's been my biggest mentor with this
Okay.
food game.
Okay.
Um,
Good.
so just, you know,
Just kind of get now. I see what you're doing in the restaurants. It's gonna. You were talking about it. You're just trying to get a lot of the jewels that they're giving you first from the management. And how are you? Have you been applying some things you've been learning to how you operate your food truck?
absolutely.
What's been some of the things you've been applying?
I mean, from food costs itself, you could give
Food
me
costs is crazy.
you can give me a list of food and I can get it to almost a penny to the
Nice.
cent.
And so, is that making you look at your business different?
Oh yeah, and it helps me with making sure my pricing is right.
Yes.
Making sure, you know, I'm buying from the right vendors.
Got it. Yeah. All
So I
that.
mean, and a lot of that has changed since I've learned that
Yeah.
there's other angles. You don't have to just go here just because you are here and it's
Exactly.
more convenient.
Yeah.
But the bottom line is the bottom dollar. So you want
Bottom
to make
line
sure
is
that
the bottom dollar.
you know
That's
it's making sense and you making your money and you ain't just doing it just to do it.
There it goes.
So
What's been, what's been maybe the hardest thing since you've been doing this food truck and kind of being your own entrepreneur? What's been the hardest thing? Like, first of all, how long you been doing your food truck?
I mean, LLC since 2017. And I really didn't really get active with it till like 2019.
Got it. My fault.
Kind of said earlier, my day ones with the cake pops, so my other day ones, remember, where I used to sell food out the house.
Yeah.
I used to sell food for pickups, and then I would deliver all that myself.
Got it.
And that was with my Smitty chicken and fish tacos.
All
And
that.
First, when I introduced the buffalo fries, when the chicken was fried chicken, now it's grilled chicken.
Yeah.
Just made more sense, and I
Yeah.
feel like I sell more
Yeah.
doing it that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's like, and so, your ups and downs, like as an entrepreneur, what motivates you to because I know it's in the city we in,
Right.
I know it's sometimes where we can be depleted
Oh, absolutely.
and be like, a door may have to shut and we can't continue doing what we're doing because of some unseen circumstances, but we don't want to give up. You know what I mean? Like the ups and downs of being an entrepreneur. What makes you say like, hey, this is what I'm gonna do, and I'm gonna take my hits and I'm gonna keep coming, and because a lot of people, we get discouraged,
Right.
especially when the city is not investing in us wholeheartedly like we feel.
Oh, right.
And we just want to be like, forget it. But what makes you say like, nah, I ain't backing down. I ain't being regular.
I mean, for one, ain't no backup plan. So this is the plan.
Wow.
Like, I mean, this is the move.
Exactly. I feel that.
Sometimes
I feel that.
I really
I
think
feel
my
that.
name is Smitty because that's.
Yeah.
I feel like I am pretty much a walking brand, but.
Yes.
And I feel like I put in too much work to come this far to just be like,
Forget it.
Yeah. Because I really feel like I accomplished
Yeah.
a lot. Like I went from it being nothing to,
Where you at?
It's definitely something.
You got a
I'm
brand. You have a brand.
Very humble and appreciative.
Yeah.
though,
Yeah.
I mean, without the people, I definitely wouldn't be here. Without y'all buying
Yeah.
buffalo fries, Smitty fries, I definitely wouldn't be here.
So tell me now that right there, what have you did with the buffalo Smitty fries? Like, have you took, I know it's just you put it together. Have you did anything around that? Maybe trademarked it and or put anything together to say like this is your signature and like nobody can mess, because that's the hell of a dish, man.
Well, it's definitely been tried on.
Yeah.
A few try to duplicate it, but no.
Yeah, you can't.
It definitely didn't work.
Yeah. You can't duplicate it and don't try it.
No, I actually it was a dish. I'm gonna put it out there. I tell some people.
Yeah.
I was in Southern Cal. It was a Mexican restaurant.
Yeah.
And this is the best fry ever. Chicken was dry, but the concept of it was definitely put together.
Yeah.
So I brought it back. when I came back to Mansfield and made my own sauce because it's my own sauce that I make each time. Played with the chicken, got my own flavors for it, and then I went from there.
That's dope, man.
So I mean, it's definitely, I mean, it's a fry, but it's definitely a meal for two or more.
Man.
But no trademark, no nothing. I mean,
you just kind of but you know, it's your trademark is in your flavor.
Oh, absolutely.
Like everybody, like I said, you can they can all try to duplicate, but they'll never get it right.
No.
Man, I know different. So, food trucks in Mansfield, like I admit, I've seen it go from a few to get heavily saturated.
Yes, a lot now.
So how do you handle that?
I mean, I definitely have like poured up on a lot of them and dropped some jewels because there's plenty of money. There's plenty of money. If I'm not mistaken, Richland County is the biggest county in Ohio.
Yeah.
For one.
Yeah.
For two, I mean, as long as we play it fair, it's all fair game.
Yeah.
I mean, there's some amazing food trucks out there. I mean, I can't name them all, but definitely my boy Rome, Canada.
Yeah.
Straub Road by Texas Roadhouse, Saturday, Sunday, throughout the summer. Go check them out.
Yeah.
You got the chicken box,
Dave. Yeah.
Clutch, Miss Lil, Slap Daddies.
Yeah, exactly.
It's definitely Rolling Tacos. I'm not gonna name all y'all, but y'all definitely know it's all love.
Exactly. Yeah. I feel that, man. You know, but it's so good to see, even though the game is getting saturated when it comes to food truck, you can sit back and feel kind of like you kind of set it up, because there's so many people doing this, and it's like you still here and you a staple, because when you talk about food trucks, like you cannot not say your name. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You can't say, you know what I mean, you can't say Smitty's Food4Thought. You know what I mean? If you say it in a food truck conversation and you don't mention Smitty's Food4Thought, everybody probably gonna look at you like, what are we doing? You know, what are we doing? Like, we're not, you know, because I just feel it's you grind it so much and put your name out there and put yourself in all these places and positions, you know what I mean, to kind of make that name for yourself, and you truly deserve the flowers you get.
Spot in Final Friday.
Yeah.
That's an accomplishment in itself if you look at where it was to where it is. Like, I feel like I'm the first young black man in this, so definitely. I mean, it's a great organization, the DMI downtown. Yeah. Miss Jamie, definitely Richland Chambers, all that. Yeah,
Jennifer,
definitely.
Shout out to Jennifer Kime. All Richland Chamber of Commerce, everybody downtown Mansfield, Aurelio, like it's a great support system. I love it. And me doing what I do myself, I've gotten major support from them. And you know, like I tell them all the time, it's like, as far as from a media standpoint, I'm after a certain thing. You know what I mean? As a black man.
Right.
You know, so just getting that support and the buy-in, it keeps me motivated. You know, of course we go to those day jobs,
right?
Because we have to maintain life, period. But like, this is where it happens, and I've learned throughout this, and I don't know if you agree with this, but we give so much. And me myself, I've been in management for over 20 plus years in food and restaurants. I've always went into these places and given them almost 100% of my brain. You know, I've managed P&Ls. I've figured out their bottom line. I've ran their food costs. I did all this.
Right.
And I thought to myself, like, you're doing all this every day for these $1 million businesses. What are you doing to get what? Imagine what you can do.
Right.
So from an entrepreneur standpoint, like, I think once we start taking that little bit of what we got, that's what fuels us. You know what I mean? That's what fuels us. It's like, because your love for food and what you do, it's like, that's going to fuel you to keep going. And a lot of people just have to say, because I'm sorry, because everybody that we're clocking in for, they're living what they got to live.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
You see, they're living what they got to live. It's like, so give a little bit back to yourself. I always encourage, you know, entrepreneurs when you're doing that, even though it's hard, because I wish somebody, some big bank, somebody can give me $1 million and $2 million, say, here, go.
Right.
You know what I mean? But unfortunately, we got to make it build. But that's the stronger it is, though. But so tell me, what plans do you got, within the next year? What you got going?
Like I said, I definitely got some stuff brewing.
Okay.
I don't like to speak on stuff
yeah, keep it tough.
Until I'm ready to move. But
Yeah.
I mean, I've been working with some great people, got a lot of great backing. Just networking.
Yeah.
I kind of fell off or fell back.
There you go. Never fall off. Never fall off.
Fell back a little
Yeah,
bit. Just doing my research, and I mean,
Uh-huh.
I feel like you get to a point where you just, what is it, plateau?
Plateau.
And then you just gotta go to the drawing board and figure
Yeah.
out how to get over that hump. So
Yeah.
I mean, that's pretty much where I'm at. I mean, I don't feel like I backstepped too much.
Yeah.
But it's time for something more.
There you go.
So
Some
it's,
more energy, and sometimes you got to do the reinvent and fire yourself back up.
right.
You know what I mean? Because I know a lot of times you may get, everybody get complacent in the basics and what they doing, and then it's like the routine gets old.
Right.
So you got to recharge or re-energize. I feel that. So we got Inkfest. So we got that. We got Inkfest. A lot of food trucks been out there. Have you been out there?
So I was out there, but I was on the outside looking in.
Okay,
So
okay.
I actually pulled
Yeah.
the truck. I
Exactly.
don't feel like it was worth it.
Yeah,
At least for me, it wasn't.
Yeah.
But I mean, I do have stuff coming over I think we have 3 more Final Fridays. Of every July, August, September.
Yeah.
I'll
exactly.
be down there. A few things in Ashland. I'm jumping into the prize, so that's amazing.
That's exactly.
Shout out to that organization
Yes.
and all
Congrats
that
on
they
that,
do.
man.
A few things here and there. So
Exactly. That's dope. Congratulations, man. I
Well,
just want to
thank
say
you.
congratulations to you on everything you've been doing, because I just want people to understand it's possible.
right,
It's possible to take a dream and a vision and to make it happen, but you also have to do the work. Put God first in everything you do, and do the work.
right,
I encourage people, and you've been doing the work, because right now you wouldn't be in a position where you're housed that Final Friday. You had to make those connections.
right.
You know what I mean? And all these new ventures you're going into. Because if we just sit back and say, hey, we got a food truck, y'all, like,
Right.
okay, well,
Right.
we just supposed to come there because you got to kind of put your stuff and put your brand out there. And I salute you for that. And that's one of the reasons why I definitely felt I had to get you on this platform to let people know more and more. And I'm glad I can have you on the show.
Definitely appreciate you.
I thank everybody for tuning in. Oh, you good, man. Thank everybody for tuning in. I have been Ryan James. This is D. Smitty. This is UPNO Live. You guys be easy. Peace.